Now, I don't know if I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I do not like the show Bluey. I mean, I watched it once, not willingly, because my little cousin likes it, and she put it on, and I watched it, but it just did not appeal to me. Though I will say, it is very unique. I mean, it shows kids how to be nice, how to have a good relationship with their parents, how to do like right from wrong. And it's also very unique because it's the only show I can think of that stars a blue dog. I mean, there's no other show like that, right? Right? How you doing, Blue Jays? My name is Jamin, and today I want to talk about two shows. One I love and one I don't love. And those two shows are Bluey and Blue's Clues. I love Blue's Clues. I do not like Bluey. And I have been rewatching Blue's Clues for nostalgia. And if you think that's weird, there are people who are in college and older than me, who are not parents, that watch Bluey almost religiously. But anyways, enough about that. If you don't know what those two shows are about, I'll explain Bluey to the best of my knowledge and Blue's Clues to the best of my knowledge. Bluey is an Australian show about a blue dog named Bluey and her sister Bingo and the two parents, and it teaches kids like good parenting or good parenting. I don't know what they teach, but Blue's Clues is a show where actual adult Steve has a puppy named Blue, and Blue is also a girl. And they teach kids in the first episode. Now, this is just the first episode. They taught kids shapes, colors, animal noises, and how to help. That's 4 things in the first episode. They teach a lot more in more episodes, but that was just the first episode. But I honestly don't like Bluey, but I love Blue's Clues. I mean, I would rather have the big red thinking chair than a Bluey chair. And I did look it up, and there is such thing as a Bluey chair. Now, for what they teach, I think Blue's Clues teach a lot more. They'll like be more helpful to kids as they grow than Bluey. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I doubt there is a scene where, let's say Bluey's looking at boxes and she has to put them in like a certain order. I highly doubt there's a show where Bluey looks at the camera and says, "Can you help me find the rectangle box?" I doubt there is an episode like that. I could be completely wrong because I don't watch Bluey, but I doubt there is an episode like that. While in Blue's Clues, they would actually have an episode like that. Now, I've only seen like 3 episodes so far. But that's just 3 episodes. And plus, they actually have real kids in the Blue's Clues episode. Mainly when they open a letter. And their letter theme is my favorite theme. If you don't know what it goes like, it goes, "We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from." And he opens a letter, and then it'll show some kids like at school or at their house saying, "Hi, Steve," and they'll explain like for the second episode, which was about like time, I think, they were saying like how there are different times, what's their favorite time, what the times mean, and they were just explaining it to the kids. And plus, Steve always looks to the viewer or the camera for help, mainly the kids. And that's actually really good because that means that the kids are helping Steve and they feel accomplishment. And Steve doesn't just blow it off like, "Oh, you helped me? That's good." He actually says, "You are so smart. Thank you so much for helping me." And he even says that at the end when they're saying goodbye. And in Bluey, I mean, I've seen their outro, and you could argue that them dancing makes the kids get up and dance, and it's like active or something. But they did the same thing in Lazy Town, every episode at the end, they would always get up, dance, and sing a song. And that is also what Bluey does. But I think that it's just, I don't know. They could also do that with Blue's Clues. Like, I don't know what they could do, but they could just sing a song and dance and all that stuff. And I think Bluey also kind of copied another colors for two other characters that have already been created from the amazing world Gumball, because Gumball is a blue cat and his brother Darwin is an orange goldfish. Bluey is a blue dog and her sister Bingo is an orange dog. I don't know if that's coincidence or not. But yeah. And I've also seen the Odd Ones Out video on this about how he explains how he loves Bluey now because he watched all the episodes basically. And he said that it's unique because Bluey and Bingo are actually voiced by actual kids. And he said that every other cartoon has female voice actors that portray like a young boy or young girl. Not true. Because in The Amazing World Gumball, Darwin and Gumball are actually voiced by boys. Like kids. And you can tell because in the later episodes, they start to go through puberty and the voice gets lower. And then they bring in two different kids to voice them once they hit puberty. And then they bring in another two kids to voice them after those kids are done. And I know this because there have been 3 different voice actors for Gumball and Darwin. And in the Cartoon Network show Chowder is actually voiced by a boy too. Because there was one episode where they lose all their money and it goes into a live action where it shows all the characters. I mean, Mung Doll is played by like an older looking guy. Truffles is played by a girl. Schnitzel is played by a guy who looks like a stereotypical like biker guy, and Chowder is voiced by a boy. So I think that kind of cancels it out for Bluey. But yeah, I just don't get the appeal for Bluey. I mean, they even had a banned episode because it used a term that is not looked good upon in the world. I honestly don't remember the word or the episode, but I know it was a banned episode. And Blue's Clues, to my knowledge, never had a banned episode. Never. But yeah, and plus I like all the songs in Blue's Clues, even though it's that same tune that da 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 da. I still really like the show. There are 2 songs that don't use it, which is the Mail Time song and the So Long song. And Steve always says goodbye, I'll see you later, which means he's coming back. And Bluey never says that. I mean, imagine this. A kid, or your kid if you are a parent, is watching Bluey and they are so excited for the next episode and then it just ends. I feel like if I had a kid that liked Bluey, they would be very, very sad or traumatized. One of the two. But Steve always makes sure to say goodbye and so long, and I'll see you next time. Because he's telling the kid that even though this episode is ending, I will always see you again. And I'll be ready, and I'll be ready to help you and for you to help me find Blue's Clues. I just really think that Blue's Clues is a better show than Bluey, in my opinion. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe, and also share with your friends and family. And I'll see you all next time. Hello.